Everybody shut up. It's time for Quiet Place.
I was gonna say, it'd be pretty cool. Well, it wouldn't be quiet because it'd be a pain in the ass. Actually, I would fucking hate it. We did this whole review like fucking quiet.
Oh, yeah. So we just saw Quiet Place.
That'd be horrible. Like, you just have fucking subtitles the whole time.
It's like a silent movie where we say something and then it cuts to the...
I'm surprised they don't have these in the movie where it has fucking subtitles. I know the deaf daughter does, but...
Well, there's YouTube subtitles, so you can just... If you want the full Quiet Place experience, lower your volume and then put the subtitles on. Then you'll get an immersive version of this review.
Those auto-generated ones fucking suck ass.
Oh my god, they're terrible.
Completely different word
They're
than
so
what you
bad.
said. Anyways.
It's like, I didn't even say that word. Anyways, before we review this movie, I want to review Flix Brew's water service. So we went to a movie theater called Flix Brew where they serve you food, and it's a really good theater. It's actually the only theater I go to. But we ordered waters, and then it was like 2/3 into the movie, and they didn't bring it to us. And there was like 10 people with waters in front of us. So I was like, that's weird. So Joseph like called them, and he put it on a piece of paper, and he asked for waters. And then another 15 minutes went by, and then eventually I put it on a piece of paper and I asked them. And then we got our water, so that was cool.
Like, not until the last 30 minutes
we got,
of the movie.
as the credits were starting to roll, we got our waters, so that's nice.
That's only the first time that's happened to me. Where I was like, service was good.
It's like the third or fourth time it's happened to me.
Maybe they're trying to tell you something random.
Maybe. Oh, fuck.
They recognize you now as a regular.
It's because of my skin color, isn't it? No, I'm joking. All right, anyways, so what are we reviewing? A Quiet Place, day 1. Yeah, so this is
the spin-off / prequel / anthology, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Yeah.
A Quiet Place franchise.
It feels like a DLC, you know, for a movie. Now I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I wasn't planning on seeing this movie. I have never seen the first 2 Quiet Place movies, but then Joseph, my buddy Joseph, was like, "Hey, you want to go see Quiet Place?" And I was like, "I guess I'm gonna watch the Quiet Place movies now." So I watched the first 2. They're okay. What do you think of them?
I guess it's horror movies. Like, they're not scary, but it's more like a thriller.
Yeah, I saw them more as thrillers.
And I really enjoyed the first one. I really just liked the premise, especially seeing it in the theaters for the first time, requiring the audience to see how long they can be quiet throughout the whole time. I always thought it was a better version of Bird Box.
Yeah.
So I really liked the first one, especially with the family dynamic. The second one probably wasn't as good as the first one, but it continued the story, but it didn't, because it ended exactly like the first one, leading up to another one.
Mm-hmm. Or it just cuts abruptly, and you're like, "Oh, it's over."
Like, they figure out how to kill him, go on to the next one.
Spoilers, sorry.
Figure out how to kill him,
yeah.
go lead to the next one.
Yeah.
So, but they're still entertaining movies. I liked John Krasinski and Emily Blunt in them.
Emily Blunt.
I believe that was his first directed movie.
Yeah.
So I thought he did a good job for that being horror, you know, a genre I don't think he'd be familiar with at all. I know he directed some episodes in The Office, but
yeah, it's kind of like when Jordan Peele, when his first movie was horror, I was like, I didn't expect that.
Yeah. So overall, those 2 movies were pretty good.
I'll be honest with you, I did not see them in the theater. I mean, I just said that, I don't know. But I didn't see them in the theater. I watched them at home on a little TV, and I don't know. I like the first one better, but I still just kind of think it's, like, all right. I felt like I was watching, like, a short film, but, like, really long. You know what I mean? Like, the whole premise, I was like, yeah, this is a neat idea, I guess. You can't really... I mean, I guess you could. I was going to say, you can't really get a lot of character development because they can't talk, but they still can. They can communicate, so... But I think my issue with the first one was just the characters were very flat. Like, I told Joseph, I was like, you might as well... I know they have names, but you might as well just name them husband, wife, daughter, child. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I mean, it was fine. It wasn't, like, terrible. I thought it was okay. But the second one, I was kind of bored with the second one, to be honest with you. I thought most of it was just people walking with a flashlight really slowly, and then a creak sound effect hits, and then a jump scare. Rinse, repeat the whole movie. But yeah, I mean, I didn't think it was terrible. I was just, by the end of it, I was like, all right, okay, you know. I like the opening of the second one a lot.
Mm-hmm. Which is the premise of this one.
Yeah, I remember thinking, like, they don't even need to make this movie because they already made a day one like short film.
But that part was so good in the second one. They're like, you know what, this is the whole movie.
You know what? That's gonna be the whole movie. I think that these movies are okay. You really got to suspend your disbelief. These are movies where you watch them and you got to go in being like, okay, I'm watching a movie. You know what I mean? Like this premise, there's a lot of holes you can poke in it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're part of the no fun police, like, oh,
you start dissecting and analyze everything. Like, well, wait,
what if they sneeze?
Yeah, like when you start like really thinking about it, you're like, you start making
Yeah.
holes.
It's like, you know, it's like Gremlins. It's like it's always after midnight. You know what I mean? I think plot holes to me don't really matter that much unless they're like huge. I think the only one that kind of bothered me was like there's a deaf girl. I feel like if you were deaf, you wouldn't really know how loud you're being a lot of the time. So I feel like you'd have a hard time surviving. But I mean, she's with her family, so I mean, it makes sense. They're probably watching her and all that, so it's not a huge deal. I didn't really have any expectations for this movie, to be honest with you. I was like, all right, we'll see. All I knew was that it's in New York City and Lupita Nyong'o and Joseph Quinn are in it. That's literally all I knew. And I really like this movie. I like it a lot better than the other two, to be honest with you. I know that might be a hot take, but I like this movie a lot. I recognize that I probably like this movie more because I saw it in the theater and it had a good sound setup and it gets you more into the movie. But, I mean, I don't know. I like this movie. It's not the characters are not amazing, but they're likable and you want to see them get out okay. And, the movie's a lot of fun. There's a lot more. This movie's kind of like Aliens to Alien, where Alien is a slower horror movie. This movie's still got horror elements, but there's a lot more of the creatures. There's a lot more of them in this movie, I think. At least more than the first one. It's probably on par with the second one, I guess. But I enjoyed this movie. It was exciting. It was it had some heart to it. It was funny. I really like the design of the monsters. I think they're really cool. They kind of remind me. They're basically the Lickers from Resident Evil. If you've ever played those, they're kind of like the Lickers mixed with the Demogorgon. So I think they're pretty cool. But yeah, I like this movie. What did you think?
I really enjoyed this movie. I think, as of right now, I probably liked it more than the second one, but not the first one.
The first one is better than the second one, for sure.
I think what I liked about the most about this one is probably the setting and characters.
Yeah. Setting this movie in New York was a good idea.
And I think that's probably why they did it, because I'm like, it's more city-based, where the other two were, it's out Midlands, just walking around doing grass. Per se, like, there's a whole bunch of shit going on here. There's a lot more obstacles you gotta go through.
Yeah, the second movie looks like Last of Us.
And New York, being one of the most fucking crowded, loudest,
shittiest cities
ever. That's a good premise.
Yeah.
But I really like Lupita's performance in this.
Yeah, she's always great.
Yeah, I thought she really brought it. I really liked her character. Joseph Quinn.
We were talking about this before the movie. We were like, I haven't seen that much of Joseph Quinn other than Stranger Things and one episode of Game of Thrones.
He was in Game of Thrones?
Yeah, he was in one episode. He played a Winterfell guard. Do you remember that scene where Arya is trying to get in and they don't believe her? He was one of the guards there.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah, I think that was him.
I might be.
The whole show. Well, I might be completely fucking wrong. It might be a totally different guy.
He's got a pretty recognizable face. He's kind of got a baby face.
I'm pretty sure it was
Even
him.
though he looks. I told Brandon, like, he played like a teenager like 2 fucking years ago in Stranger Things.
Now he's playing Johnny Storm.
But yeah, you said that like, we get to see his acting chops to see what it brings. I'm like, this movie's gonna have like no dialogue.
Yeah, he's not gonna talk. He's just gonna be like, huh? The whole time. You know what I mean?
I made a joke to Brandon because he came out water through the subway. I was like, oh no, it's his weakness.
It's like the first thing you see him and he's in water. He's like, oh fuck. I'm like, come on, dude.
No, I really liked this character. I really liked his performance. I liked his arc he went on through this movie.
Yeah, he was great.
I can't really think of any complaints. Like, I can think of complaints from the first one and the second one.
Yeah.
But as of right now, I can't think of any complaints that I have with this one. Do you have any?
I thought it was a little unrealistic that the cat didn't make any noise.
Okay,
Listen, it's annoying when you have like an animal or a kid in a horror movie and they're just there to cause conflict later. Mm-hmm. Like War of the Worlds, where the girl has that allergy.
Put you in the situation.
Yeah, and maybe that's why. And it probably would have been annoying if they did, but at the same time, I'm like, Does the cat understand that the monsters like?
So yeah, Lupita has this cat that she carries around her, and I thought when they first hit, she fucking lost the cat, and I thought it's gone, and then she ended up finding it.
Yeah, that's pretty unrealistic.
She loses it again, and then but the cat always comes back to her. So no matter what
Yeah.
the situation, she never loses the cat.
It's all dogs go to heaven, not all cats.
Which I thought, I'm like, what? She's been around here. Like she said, she's a service cat,
Yeah,
so she's probably trained.
that's true.
She knows her scent, so she can go. So I was trying to put together, like, what? Maybe that's totally not unrealistic, but it's still kind of like, well, I'm pretty sure that cat would be snarling and purring all the time. It wouldn't be quiet 24/7.
If a cat saw that thing in front of it,
Yes.
which the cat gets pretty up close and personal with the monster at some point, I'm like, that cat would be like shitting and
Yeah.
freaking out. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But I mean that's.
Shit, I'd be dead if I was with my fucking dogs. Bark at everything.
Oh my god, yeah. I'm allergic to cats, so I mean, if I saw a cat, I'd be like, fucking good luck. I'm gonna go fucking.
So I think that's one thing I agree on. If there's one thing that's unrealistic about this movie, it's probably
Is it a spoiler?
no, the cat.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Probably the cat. I would probably say.
Yeah, but I mean, it never like took me out of the movie. It was just kind of something I thought about.
Are we going to get to spoilers?
Let me just say this right before we go into spoilers. This movie's good. Go see it. I give it a 7. All right, get the hell out of here if you don't want to be spoiled for A Quiet Place Day 1. It sounds like a DLC.
Did they ever say what she had for her disease that she was dying? Like flat out say it? I know
I
it
don't
said
think
something
so.
on the patches. I forgot the word now. It was a long fucking word. But did they say exactly what she had? I assumed it was something cancer related.
I assumed it was like something like leukemia or something like that, but they never say it.
Because I figured, she has
They might have, and
she
I
has
just
no
missed it.
eyebrows. She's always wearing.
Yeah, so it had to be like.
And she looked skinny. the
Yeah,
whole
she looked
movie.
frail. So I'm like, so they never say it, but I figured it was like some kind of cancer. Yeah.
And then she said her father died of the same thing, right? Okay.
So it was probably like some kind of.
That was just
leukemia.
one thing I was wondering. They never flat out said what disease she has.
Yeah, or they might have and we weren't paying attention. But
But they show that her character has been a fighter for
yeah,
I don't know how long and she's been dealing with this shit. So the fact that she was the strongest one and had to pull Joseph Quinn like, hey, fucking get it together, let's go.
Joseph Quinn, he would be me in an
He
apocalypse
was-
like this,
He
or
was just freaking out.
any apocalypse. The first person I see, I'd be like, let's be friends. Even if it was some crazy fucking convicted serial killer, I'd be like, hey man,
I'm staying with you.
Fuck that.
You look like you know what you're doing. I'm fucking following
I mean,
you.
you're still alive, so you must be doing something right, you know?
Oh, I have a complaint now.
Oh shit.
When all those people were walking to the harbor for the boats, and she told those 2 kids she found in the water fountain to go with them.
Oh, they're dead.
I was thinking like, why would you do that? Like, all these people are walking together. That's making
That's
a
loud
fuckload-
as shit.
They're making a fuckload of noise. Like, I would tell them like, go on to the next street and walk towards the same direction.
That was a
Because
little stupid.
All of them walking in one, and then they had
That's loud. And,
somebody with rollerblades on a suitcase, wheelchairs, just fucking like.
and then surprise, surprise, the fucking monsters.
Yeah,
fucking-
I thought that was funny though. He was just waiting on the wall, just fucking like. All right,
Yeah,
now
it's not
attack.
even like it doesn't even like it's not even like the center of the shot. It just like comes in from the side of the frame and just fucking
now.
jumps in, and we're like, oh, okay, this is happening now.
But yeah, I thought that part was stupid. I'm like, I figured all the people were like, all right, we can't be walking in a fucking group like this.
That was pretty stupid. That was like,
on fucking a whole street full of concrete and fucking glass and fucking shit everywhere.
you know, now that I think about it, I do have another. I don't know if it's a complaint. It might be a question, but
Uh-oh, we're ruining the movie now.
fuck this movie. But how did? Because they figured it out pretty quickly, but like, how did they figure out that these monsters can't see and only operate by hearing? Did they ever say that?
See, now in the first one,
It makes
When-
sense in the first one because they're like
'cause there's
400
been-
days in.
Yeah, because John Krasinski was listening to radio and he had fucking newspapers saying they only
Oh,
track
that's
the
true.
sound.
Yeah. And
So
it was
that's-
like day 72 when that movie started.
So, I guess that's why my point is when she got knocked out on the street by the explosion. How long was she out? Because
That's true.
by that time, they
Could've
were
been that
already on the radio saying we're gonna blow up the bridges, we're gonna evacuate, keep silent. And they had helicopters saying keep silent, and we're gonna go to the boats to evacuate. So I'm saying, like, how long had it been? Because the government had to find out all that information in that such a short span of time.
Yeah, that was another thing we were talking about when the movie starts and like you see like them living their ordinary life, but then you see like police cars and helicopters. So it's like I guess
It's going down.
the aliens hit other places first.
Mhm.
Yeah, this is off topic, but they can't swim. If the people in Hawaii weren't hit, like just go to Hawaii. Are they okay? Are the people in Japan all right? You know,
That's if
they're across the ocean.
if they hit on those islands.
I don't know, man. Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh yeah. So like, yeah, the movie starts and I'm like, so I guess the aliens hit other places first, like way before, because there's already people on the radio and shit.
So I guess that terms of nitpicking, like it's not clear.
Well,
The timeline of when things are happening, who knows what.
I would assume that's it because I just remember in the second one it starts out and they're watching it on TV and they're like, what was that? And they're like, oh, a bomb or something. But obviously it already hit wherever he's watching it from. So it's like, oh, so it just hit every place at different times.
In the second one, obviously, we see John Krasinski learn that they're attracted to noise when he's hiding with his daughter in the bar when the girl's phone goes off. So he obviously...
So that's how he figures it
Yeah.
out.
So are we just to suspect that that's how everyone's figuring out at the same moment everything's going on?
Well, maybe
Just-
some people. I assume most people figure it out from the newspapers and the word getting around. But
Which how the fuck would there be newspapers after that one day?
yeah, who the fuck would show up to work after that and be like, oh, time to write my fucking...
Yeah, what delivery boy is going to make that with those shits out?
If that shit happened, I'd be like, fuck that. I'm taking the day off.
So yeah.
No, yeah. Yeah, I think I like this movie a lot more than the other ones because of the setting. Like, the first one is just, like, on a farm. And the second one is, like... I don't know, like, it's in, like, a few different places. But it's still, like, very small. I like... This one, it was a bigger location, which meant the stakes felt bigger, I guess. And
Bigger scope.
Yeah. And it kind of reminded me of Cloverfield. So...
Without all that shaky cam.
Yeah, with better cinematography and less annoying characters. But yeah, I like the setting of this movie, and this movie has heart to it. There's a scene near the end where I was like, oh, that's nice. You know what I'm talking about, right? I'm like, that's a nice scene. This movie is very quiet though. Me and Joseph both got like sandwiches, and we were both like I noticed that both of us would only eat when crazy shit was going on. I'd be like, oh, they're attacking.
Like right when the title happened, me and Brandon both.
yeah, that's fun. Yeah,
Perfect time.
As soon as the aliens started attacking and shit was going down, I was like, oh shit, time to chow down, you know? But yeah,
And we did get some characters / actors.
oh yeah, from the other one.
So we had Alex Wolff
He was, the hereditary guy.
popped up in this. He was one of the nurses that tended to Lupita Nyong'o.
Did not recognize him because
He's got a full-on beard.
he got a full-on
And
beard
man
now.
bun.
And yeah, he looks like a hipster now.
But I kind of knew he was going to die in the beginning.
Well, yeah, I was like, well, he's not on the poster. And then one of the guys from the second movie's in it, which was cool. Although,
What's his name?
it's kind of hard to pronounce.
He's
his
like
name.
the supporting character in almost every fucking movie.
I've never seen him be a main
He's
character.
in Quiet Place Part 2, the god of Shazam.
He's in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Who?
Yeah.
And he's in Blood Diamond. He's been in a lot of shit, but yeah, supporting roles.
Yeah, I like that actor.
He was in this one, and it was cool to see that he originated from New York and had a family.
It gives you a little bit of context. It makes the scene in Quiet Place Part 2 where they find that place a little better because it's like, oh, this isn't just people from the area. It's people from, like, I assume, like, all over the
Evacuated
place.
from all sorts to get there.
And then they all fucking die, but...
So then, at the end of the movie, Joseph Quinn ends up getting on that boat.
with the cat.
So that means he was with them heading to the island that was in Part 2. So
Presumably he's still alive during the events of the other
he
movies,
could
maybe
be
in Part 3.
in Part 3 if he was still to be on that island, or he went back to his homeland in London.
If they hit London.
I like that he had his British accent in this.
I did too. I didn't know he was British,
Yeah.
actually.
As soon as he said his name, Eric, I was like, oh fuck, he's not from here. That's probably why he's scared shitless.
Oh yeah, you go to America once and this shit happens.
Yeah, he's gonna.
I feel like British people that are scared of going to America, they think that this will happen if they come here, which you might not be wrong. I mean, you know, we're fucking we're not doing great right now, but did you guys see that debate? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Like perfect timing the day after the fucking debate.
Did you guys see that shit? Oh my god. Anyways, this is a politics channel now. No. So I know we made a joke of
Bro,
like,
if that shit happened, A Quiet Place actually happened, like this shit. Fucking
imagine the debates.
Putin will fucking bomb this place like nothing.
Oh, dude, it's over.
Anyways, what were you gonna say?
I don't.
Sorry.
About Joseph Quinn. So we made a joke of this movie of like, we're not going to be able to tell his acting chops because he's not going to talk. He's just going to be scared the whole time.
But he had good acting.
But his performance this movie, I was like, this guy's got... Honestly, when he was announced, everybody was complaining. I was like, why? He's probably going to be fine. Like, I don't understand why people are tripping. Like, you know, like... I was honestly fine with it when they announced him as Johnny Storm. I'm like, that's fine.
I guess they haven't seen him be that cocky character that Johnny is.
I guess. But I don't know.
He wasn't like that. He was the exact opposite in this, and he wasn't.
Yeah, he wasn't not Johnny Storm in this. I mean, obviously, you know, actors. To be an actor, you got to play a lot of different roles. You can't just play the same character. And
but granted, like
unless
you said,
you're The Rock.
I can't see fucking Pedro Pascal. I never seen him play that Reed Richards before. So,
We'll see.
You know?
I told Joseph this before. When people were like John Krasinski as Reed Richards, I was like, I mean, he looks the part, but I just don't look at John Krasinski and think like that's a genius. Like that's a genius. Like the guy, I forgot the guy's name, but from the original Fantastic Four, like he just like you look at him, you're like, that's a smart dude.
The '60s one?
No, the one with Jessica Alba. The shitty ones with
something Grufford. I can't remember.
Ian Grufford?
Is that how you say it? It's spelled weird. It's like,
Eowyn?
Yeah, something like that.
Something. Ewan?
The guy from Titanic.
Yeah, that guy. You look at him and you're like, that's a smart dude. I don't look at, I mean, not that John Krasinski's like an idiot, but like, I just don't look at him and think like, that's a genius. That's a fucking smart guy. But I, honestly, there were a few times where I was looking at,
Pedro Pascal.
No, not Patrick. No, Joseph Quinn in this movie, and I'm like, he looks like a you know, like a younger, nice, like a nice dude.
He looks like a young lad.
Yeah, a young lad.
He doesn't look like a cocky, like...
He went from playing a teenager to playing a guy going to law school. He's going to law school.
But then again, I guess I can't see Vanessa Kirby.
Yeah.
As Sue Storm.
To be honest, I haven't really seen Vanessa Kirby that much.
She
Saw her in
was
Hobbs and Shaw.
Some of the Mission Impossible movies.
Yeah, I've never seen it yet.
Yeah, she was in Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah, I haven't seen Mission Impossible because I don't watch Mid. No, that's
I
a joke. That's a joke.
She's in The Crown. I never saw that.
Oh, my mom loves The Crown.
I think she's in that. I could be.
Does she play Queen Elizabeth?
Shit, I don't know.
Oh my god. I don't know why I assume you watch The Crown.
I don't know.
Yeah. No, yeah. Lupita Nyong'o's. I think she's underrated. I think she's a great actress. Like, she's like everything she's in, like Us.
I was gonna say, like, I feel like not that she would have gotten an Oscar for Us, but at least been nominated for that performance.
She was great. That was the first horror performance I've seen where I was like, maybe not the first one, but it was one of the ones where I'm like, that was
like, it's her show.
Yeah,
like,
she stole that movie.
Yeah.
And she was really good in this. Again, like, obviously she doesn't have that many scenes. She has like one or two where she talks, mostly near the beginning.
She scared Brandon at the beginning of the movie.
Okay, here's what happened. I was fucking. Here's what happened. The movie doesn't start. It starts out with like an opening from her, and it's like one of those where it's like, oh, thanks for coming out, enjoy the movie. But I was like looking down at my phone, and then fucking I was expecting like the movies to start with like the quiet logo, and then I just hear like, "Hey everybody!" I was like, "Oh shit!" And then Joseph, in front of like 10 people, was like, "It's because she's black, isn't it?" I was like, "No, what the fuck? Don't make me seem like a racist. What the fuck?"
And you kept laughing for like 2 minutes after that.
Because yeah, I was not expecting him to say that.
That's funny.
Also, the guy working brought me a beer that I did not order.
Yeah, the service was just they're all fucked up today.
Listen, man, we used to work at a movie theater. Listen, the tough days are tough, but you know.
I never fucked. Well, then again, we
never fucked up that bad. I don't think.
I was gonna say we didn't deliver food, but I guess we did.
Oh yeah, we didn't work at this one. We worked at a different one.
Yeah, we never fucked up that bad.
No. We were professionals.
At least not us.
We were the company. They're dying without us. But yeah,
maybe.
I don't fucking know. I haven't been there in a while.
I wouldn't know.
No, yeah. Quiet Place Day 1.
We're gonna make a day 2.
This movie was like day 1, 2, and 3.
It was a whole week.
You know,
it was like 4 nights.
I would like to see like I don't know if they'll make it, but I'd like to see like other places, like from the perspective of you know, like the perspective of other places. Like I want to
see Texas.
I was gonna say I want to see Detroit in this fucking with the monsters calm down. I'll be like, oh shit.
Well, no,
typical day in Detroit.
I can see some hardcore regnant shit. Like, let's go get this Tucker and
you know
Dale
what?
type of shit.
There's probably be that one asshole who would be like, you know what? Fuck this, and just
come get me, motherfucker.
You'll have that one guy in front of his ranch, like, come on, what?
Yeah, I wouldn't want to. You know, this would make a pretty cool game.
Oh yeah. Well, you know, in the liquors from Resident Evil.
Is it the same thing? Kind of.
Well, they're not like every enemy. There's like one per game.
Mm-hmm.
When you see one, you gotta like walk really slowly, and you can't. If you shoot it, it's not gonna do shit.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it reminded me of that, because I basically just do that. But yeah, that would be cool.
I guess I have a question. When the cat went up and Joseph Quinn was going to get it, what were the creatures eating? Was those eggs?
Oh, they were eating a dead carcass of another one.
Is that what that was?
I think so.
I thought they were like latching eggs to grow more.
I thought it was an egg at first.
Yeah,
but
but
I
then
think
they
it was
opened
opening
it.
I think it was opening the head, like the
Oh,
mouth.
okay. Because I wasn't sure. I thought they're like, oh, they're growing more, and that's why the cat's attracted. That's why he's licking
No.
that goose shit.
No, I think they're cannibals. I think they just eat the corpses of other ones. Again, I'm gonna be completely fucking wrong. I'm kind of.
Yeah, I was just wondering about that.
I think that was it though.
Okay. I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I think that was most of the movie.
Quiet Place Day 1 gets a 1 out of 10 from this critic.
No, I give it a. I think like Planet of the Apes, I give it a 7.
Yeah. I give this a 7. I like this better than Planet of the Apes. Planet of the Apes was good, but I like this better. Well, everybody, leave a comment below if you want to see Joseph in more reviews. If you say no, I'll never talk to him again and block him on everything. But if you want to see him more, then we can still be friends. You know? I'm just kidding.
Leave it up to the people.
Imagine. I'll leave it up to the people whether we stay
People always
friends.
make such good choices. That's
Yeah.
why we got the presidents. We got. Not that we had a fucking choice. It was only
Yeah.
those two people.
Did you guys see that debate? God damn, like we're so fucked. Donald Trump, what a guy. We've got a convicted felon as okay. We should stop. Okay, I'll make a separate politics
I was
channel.
gonna say, can your channel get banned for saying shit like that?
No, dude, people say like hate slurs on this app and they don't get banned. Like,
I don't know, because YouTube, like, before YouTube didn't give a fuck, you can do anything. But then they
Oh,
started
yeah.
implementing a lot of changes.
demonetization.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did that to one of my videos because I played a Taylor
Oh,
Swift
Taylor
song.
Swift song?
Yeah, not
I
because I was
remember that.
racist. Yeah, that was a Guardians 3 review.
God forbid you're a Swiftie. But racist? Come on, join the club.
Hey, maybe it's the same thing.
Like, just be both.
Just be both. Anyways,
Intern Joseph.
what? Joseph tried to make me look like a racist in front of a bunch of strangers. It's because she's black, isn't she? What? No, man. Anyways, yeah, no. Thanks for watching, everybody. Joseph will probably be in more reviews. He'll probably be in the Alien movie coming out. Alien Roman. What's it called? Romulus. Romulan. That's a Star Trek character.
Is it?
It's a Star Trek species. Are you not a Trekkie, dude?
No, I've never seen the original Next Gen. I've only seen, like,
I've seen all of them.
the J.J. Abrams ones.
Fucking serious.
They're fun. They're
Yeah.
enjoyable.
I've seen a lot of Star Trek, but anyways, yeah. So the next review will probably be Maxine, I guess, or something. Or
I guess I'll watch Pearl just to see.
hey, we'll see it. So stay tuned for more Joseph.
Is it on Netflix or anything?
Pearl.
I know X is.
I think Pearl's on Max.
Okay, then.
Not sure,
Then maybe.
but it's probably just like $2 to rent. You cheap ass won't rent. I'm just kidding. Stay tuned for more Joseph. Stay tuned for more Ibarra. Maybe one day Joseph and Ibarra will be in the same review. I don't know. It's my channel. Stay tuned for more me. I'm in every fucking review. So if you're tired of me, get the fuck out because I'm not going anywhere. Anyways, thanks for watching, everybody. Yeah. Can you believe that fucking debate? God damn.